To our third presenter, his name is Jarron Thomas, a graduate of UNC Charlotte with degrees in Economics and Sociology. I'm so impressed. He's going to present on JUMP.
Good evening, everyone. America as a country faces a major problem. The superpower that we once been this year will fall to the #2 world economy, a problem that we've never faced before. This problem particularly affects science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. Science, technology, engineering, arts, and math are all fields that minorities particularly fall behind in as well. At the bachelor's level, minorities only achieve degrees in these realms at 7% of all degrees that are awarded. At the master's level is 4%. PhD level is 2%. By 2043, the minority population in America will become the majority, and vice versa. So I ask you, what happens to the world around us when the minority becomes the majority and we cannot produce in science, technology, engineering, arts, and math? Does innovation stop? Does technology cease? How do we go forth? At JUMP, our motto is equipping tomorrow. We plan to equip tomorrow through what we call centerfolds. Centerfolds are our minimum viable product. These centerfolds will be 7 to 10 minute videos in which we'll correlate interests that students already have, be it arts, sports, and things that they're already involved in, and incorporate science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, and show the correlation and show students that what they see is what they'll be. Part of the problem is that students don't understand that things that they are already doing in their everyday life involve math, involve science, involve technology. So the centerfolds will make that connection for the students. We plan to push these centerfolds through the mediums of YouTube channels, our website, Google for Business. And the goal is that at one point, students will be able to produce their own centerfolds. They'll be able to showcase those through our website and through our platform. Our audience are primarily K through 12 students, and we plan to focus on them and the interest that they have within learning. And I'll talk a little bit more about the team in a moment. So our goals for projection. In the next 12 months, we want to have 12 completed centerfolds. We plan to bootstrap those videos through production. And by Q1 2016, we plan to have at least 50,000 views through all of our mediums, and that's for all 12 videos. And as I said, part of our goal is to develop a social community of practice where these students are posting their own videos, showcasing what they're doing around STEAM, so that they can be recruited by colleges and jobs, just as athletes are recruited for their athletic abilities. So our potential competitors. Competition is big. Everybody wants to hear about competition. Khan Academy, I don't know if you guys are familiar with them at all. Khan Academy is an online web portal where they post videos and they basically show how to do different math problems in science. The problem for Khan Academy that we've researched is that a lot of people feel like the videos are boring. So what some of the students learn in classrooms is the same thing they're showing on Khan Academy. There's still no correlation. There's no connection between community and school. For JUMP, we want to make that correlation, make that connection, so that what kids are doing outside of school directly affects and directly mirrors what they're learning in school. Our aspiring partnerships include the National Science Foundation, the 100 Black Men of America, to which I'm a part of, and we already have a thriving robotics program. It's a national program that we plan to utilize as well. UNC Charlotte and the North Carolina School of Science and Mathematics. So to talk about our team, my name is Jarron Thomas, as was already introduced. My background is in sociology. My business partner, Benjamin Coleman, his background is in computer information systems. And we both have experience with the 100 Black Men mentoring the youth throughout the community, over 4 years of experience working with the youth. So we're very familiar with working with children as well. We have an intern, Raheem King, who's a student at Philip O'Berry. And basically Raheem King will be that connection to learn about what these high school students are learning in the classroom so that we can directly connect that to the videos that we're producing. And our coach, Reginald Gabriel, the founder of School Aid as well. So I'd like to thank you all for your time. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer all of them. Thank you.
So first let me say, Jarron, I rode up on the elevator with your mother, and she and I shared a special parental moment because she didn't know what your business was, and my kids don't talk to me either. So talk to your mother, okay? So I saw from the slide nonprofit, right?
Sure.
Which I get. What sort of, how will this be funded? How do you anticipate having enough revenue to be sustainable?
Sure. So currently what we plan to do is to bootstrap the first 6 to 12 videos, and we're hoping at the end of that, our focus is to provide that value and show the value, show the views, and show the connection that it's making in students learning and being able to make that connection. And then we hope to pitch that to other funders. And also YouTube for Business and Google for Business. We'll be able to make a small profit off of those videos through there. It's not very large, but very small in that term. So primarily our focus is on value, creating that value, and creating that value within our community, a community that my partner and I both come from.
How will you make your videos more engaging than Khan Academy? I log on to Khan Academy at least twice a week for my daughter.
So I've watched a few of the videos of Khan Academy. They're great videos. I think another thing about Khan Academy is it's very broad. So you can go on Khan Academy and learn about anything you like to learn about, whereas we're focusing on science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. But we plan to make them engaging by involving actual physical activities. So one of the first episodes that we're planning is parkour. I don't know if you guys are familiar with parkour, but it's an action sport. It's been around for a while. But basically, I did a project a while ago with the parkour group at UNC Charlotte. So a lot of kids are running around, they're jumping off buildings, sliding down. There's a lot of science that goes into what they're doing. So whether it be velocity, different things like that. So I think the action and being able to correlate something that's physical movement, such as the Play 360 with the NFL, things of that sort, will get kids excited. Another episode that we're planning is with NASCAR. So you don't directly correlate the minority community to NASCAR. A lot of people don't know a lot about it, but once again, it's exciting, it's fun, and we can go back and explain the science and the math within it, whether it be G-forces and everything that goes into actually racing the cars. So I think bringing that excitement and bringing actual activities as opposed to just learning, incorporating that within the learning will be beneficial for the children.
Good. Great kind of problem. I can really relate to it with a 14-year-old son that's having a hard time being engaged in the classroom.
Sure.
So what's your timeline, or do you have a sample video already created?
We don't have a sample video at this time, but we're currently working on the production. And as I said, we're focusing on value, so there's a lot of different things that we can play around with as to how to incorporate the science, or to go back and put the equations in and put the science in, which Khan Academy does a great job with their videos, but we're currently working on how we'll go about doing that and still make it creative and interesting.
And then just on your team, so do you have some video, you may have said this, I may have missed this, do you have video production skills on your team, or are you working with other people? Or?
No, I've produced videos before. Okay. I don't know if I like my own quality, but we're working on outsourcing that, so we don't have that on our team currently. Sure.
How strong is your partnership at UNC Charlotte?
I would say the partnership isn't as strong as it could be right now. We both graduated from UNC Charlotte, and science was what I was going to major in, so I have some connections with physics professors at UNC Charlotte that I can hone in on. But we definitely like to strengthen that, especially with the Urban Research Institute at UNC Charlotte.
I have a comment and not a question. I spent the day at the UNC Charlotte College of Computing and Informatics Big
Sure.
Data Conference today.
Sure.
And they had anybody who's anybody from big corporations in this conference. And every single executive from the corporate world said that talent for big data, data scientists, is their biggest issue. And they don't know how to fix it. And I have to congratulate you for saying STEAM and not STEM,
Sure.
because that's not being recognized.
Sure.
And these big corporations know it goes all the way back to kindergarten. So I think if you get this pulled together, you have a great shot at getting partnerships from big companies.
Sure, sure. And I'll just say to that, arts, I think arts is a very important part of learning in general, especially for students. I think it's a big part that's missing, and correlating that back with the way that they're learning in the classroom will be particularly beneficial for the success of students.
Another comment that I have is I'm excited by the content being made by students. So I'm very intrigued by when you get to the stage of where you have students that are kind of following your format of making it real world experiences and then applying what they are learning in the classroom and kind of reteaching it to their fellow students. I think that's an interesting opportunity. It's unique.
Thank you.